Axis Bank has been spending a lot of its energies on promoting women and celebrating their progress. Today I'm discussing their efforts in the area of women empowerment and particularly in getting more women online with one man who's strategizing that story for the bank. Rajiv Anand of Axis Bank is joining me. Thanks very much, Rajiv. Good to have you here. First off, share with us some of your initiatives for women that you're doing.
We worked with Google, to get more women online, because I think ultimately, knowledge is power. If we can empower the women with knowledge, I think it's a huge initiative. We are working in a new project called We Connect. There are a lot of women who fall off the workforce as they're bringing up a family, etc. And at some point in time, they want to come back. We're very happy to take them back, and that's something that's working really well. We work with ISB, where we actually recruit only women. We have an emergency helpline, particularly in places like Bombay, Delhi. It is certainly being used at various points in time from a health and safety perspective. We have a creche downstairs. We didn't think that it was going to be that popular, but it's hugely popular now, and I think what we find is that women are now coming back much faster after deliver the baby, and they're in general much happier given the fact that their baby is downstairs and really a lift ride down. So these are some of the initiatives that we've created in Axis.
How do you believe internet can transform the spaces at work, particularly from a gender standpoint?
As banks, we're still still relatively traditional. We do expect our people to come to office and work out of our office spaces. However, what we're seeing, particularly within the startup space, is there is no office in the truest sense of the word, and I think startups are really redefining how companies will operate. And I think some of that is certainly going to permeate into large organizations like us as we go forward, as the younger workforce begins to join us with different attitudes to work, to be able to be more flexible in terms of time, in terms of the place of work, in terms of how they connect to the larger ecosystem of the bank or the organization.
How do you think technology and digital are acting as equalizers of talent and particularly allowing a gender balance to automatically kick in?
The fact that knowledge is available to you at the tip of your finger is hugely empowering. Ultimately, thereafter, it's really what the person is going to do with it. And so therefore, in that sense, it equalizes opportunities, whether it is a man or a woman. And then thereafter, I think it's really left to the individual in terms of what he or she does with that opportunity. But the fact that has got equalized, to me, is huge.
I'd be very curious to know what are the Axis Bank products that could actually help women in their story of progress, particularly from being a startup to turning into a large organization.
A few years ago, we launched a card called Ladies First, which was specifically meant for ladies. But I think in the sense of women entrepreneurs, there's not really that much of a difference between the male entrepreneur and the women entrepreneur. And so therefore, the product that we will be able to provide the entrepreneur is compelling across the entire gamut of banking services. So whether you want to open salary accounts for your people, payment gateways, loan capabilities or loan facilities, and to be able to also help you engage in the larger entrepreneurial ecosystem. If you do want to IPO or bring in private equity investors, Axis Capital can certainly help you as well. We have another segment called EEG, Emerging Enterprises Group, right, which is typically for revenues of up to, let's say, $1 million. And so therefore, for young entrepreneurs, we do have the capability to be able to do small tickets within that space, and we will continue to partner in your progress and then move you into the larger SME sphere as the entrepreneur's business continues to grow.
What are the key efforts at Axis Bank to keep the bank more gender balanced and also promote women who are possibly growing at a good clip in terms of their careers?
We are well and truly an equal opportunity employer, and I think I can say certainly that we do not discriminate at any level in terms of providing opportunities to women. I certainly would be quite happy to see a lot more women come through into higher levels within Axis Bank in the years to come. Patna is a circle that we have. It was an initiative of the circle head there to have an all-woman branch. The fact that this was an all-woman branch gives a lot more confidence to women to come and fulfill their banking needs. So I think it's worked pretty well.
And personally for you, Rajiv, who are among the most inspiring women around your workplace, around your life? Who do you get inspired by?
I think working for a woman boss, this is the first time I've done that, and I think it's been quite inspiring working with Shikha. I also have a lot of respect for some of the women sportsmen, people like Saina Nehwal and Sania Mirza. And I think the fact that they've been able to achieve whatever they've been able to achieve on the global stage, I think is phenomenal. I think the fact that each of them has been world number one, bar none, I think is a super achievement.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you.